Today I'm going to be showing you how to make any mic sound good using Voicemeeter Banana's internal tools in a few easy steps. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Beatwalker and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be taking any mic and enhancing it using Voicemeeter Banana's internal processing. Today I'm using this Maono USB microphone, which is around $45 right now. So it's a plug and play USB microphone. Have to use an audio interface, plugs and plays directly using USB or USB-C. Really easy to use. And out of the box, I think this mic sounds okay. A lot of these inexpensive budget microphones sound a lot better today than they did years ago. So I think this video kind of makes sense in just enhancing the sound to a higher quality. I'm assuming that you already have Voicemeeter Banana installed. If you don't, I'll link a video in the description or up above so you can go check that out. Now, unfortunately, Voicemeeter Banana doesn't have as many tools available as Voicemeeter Potato does. So I'm actually going to do a different video with Voicemeeter Potato in the future. So be sure to subscribe so you can check that video out in the future if you're interested. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to have to listen to yourself back. Now, if you're not familiar with Voicemeeter and haven't listened to yourself talk before, there is a delay. There's even more of a delay depending on what your sample rate is. So first thing you want to do is get that as close to mic monitoring as possible. And the reason for this, and I've had a lot of questions about delay with Voicemeeter specifically, is because it's going through software and going through your computer and then coming out to your headphones. So it has to process quite a bit as opposed to an audio interface or a mic monitoring system that has it directly on the mic. It doesn't have to go through any software processing. So what you want to do is get that as close to mic monitoring as possible. And the only way to do that is if you go to the menu here, go to your system settings, and then you're going to change the buffering to as low as you can possible. Most computers will allow you to get this pretty low. So I'm going to go to a 128 sample rate on my microphone setting, which is WDM. Now, if you're set to any of the others, multimedia, kernel streaming, you want to set those as well. Now, keep in mind that the buffering on multimedia, the lowest you can go is 441. All the rest can go down to 128. So, and then you want to set your sample rate to whatever your sample rate is that you're using. So now, if I'm hearing myself back, I'm able to talk fine. It's a little weird talking to yourself with the delay, but this is as close to a mic monitoring as you can get it. So that works out really well. And if it's something you want to use also, if you like hearing yourself talk, this is probably the closest you can get. The first thing is compression. So compression is essentially leveling out your levels. So any high and low levels, like this, I go back or I talk a little louder, it's going to even that out. And it's also going to raise the volume a tad. So you don't want to add too much because you can notice a lot of background noise coming in, and then also the levels are just going to be higher. So I'm going to leave it about 1. I do want some compression, but I don't want a whole lot to essentially affect a lot of the stuff going on. So you do want a little bit, but not too much. If your mic level is low, like this is set to about 3/4 and you have a low input level, like let's say this is not reaching the green here, you want to go about mid-level on the green for a good level. Never peak. That's something you'll always hear. I don't have a pop filter on that thing, and I'm not going to use one for now, but you can use a pop filter, which helps out a lot with peaking and stuff like that. All right, so the next thing is the gate. What the gate does is essentially close off some of the lower levels. So let's use this as an example. All right, so right there, it closes off that silent background noise. Now I have some stuff, I have a heater and stuff going on in the background, so it'll kind of cut that out once I'm done talking. Now what you want to do too is, if you're a PC player, you want to like try to type, so I can hear that. All right, so get it to where you're essentially cutting off those background noises. If you have an air condition, if you have a loud PC right next to you, just work on, what works for you. Essentially, pretty much up to about right here. Anything more than that is probably too much. If you could keep it around 5, 6 that's ideal. Now, what it's not going to do is not going to reduce that noise. Like the noise is still going to come through. There is other stuff for noise suppression in OBS, Discord. There's even RTX Voice that can help you with that. So I wouldn't worry too much about noise compression because the majority of it can be handled in other programs. Now, Voicemeeter Potato does have noise suppression, but Voicemeeter Banana doesn't. All right, so some of these effects, not very good. I wouldn't use any of these unless you really want to for some reason. But yeah, these aren't very good, so I wouldn't necessarily use those at all. All right, so the last thing really we're gonna do is EQ, which is pretty much the most important thing you can do for a microphone. All right, so what I'm gonna do is since I'm hearing myself in A1 here, I'm gonna right click on that, and once I'm done tuning this, I can just copy it over to the bus that I'm recording on. So I'm recording on B2. If you're recording all on B1, make sure you copy it there, but you can just copy and paste it over. I'll show you how to do that when we're done. So the first thing I always do in all of my EQs for whatever mic it is I cut off the low end and the high end. And unfortunately, the cutoffs aren't the best in Voicemeeter, but it does the best it can. Now the high cutoff, for some reason, you're able to cut this off pretty sharp, and the low end it doesn't. So because I want you to hear this as I'm doing it, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this and then paste it here, and I'll kind of put this, as I'm doing it, I'll adjust over here so you can hear it as well, because I'm hearing it at A1 and then you're gonna hear it at B2. All right, so the next thing is we're gonna go over to about the 800 frequency. Now, keep in mind that every mic has a different frequency. So, and then also everybody's voice is different. So I have a little bit of a deeper voice. So what I'm gonna wanna do is cut down a little bit on the lows and mids and bring up the highs. If you have a high pitched voice or a little higher voice, you might wanna boost those lows. So it's always gonna be a little bit different. And then you also want to check the frequency response on specific microphones. Like if they're naturally deep, like the SM7B, and obviously you don't want to add a lot of low end, and vice versa. If it's like the Rode Pod mic, where it's primarily a higher frequency microphone, then you want to kind of cut that out or not boost it as much, like the way I'm going to do in this video. So we'll take some of this middle level, and I'm going to bring it around the 300 to 400 range and kind of just hear that. So that's okay. Why? I was like, why am I not hearing it? It's because it's not engaged. So we got to engage it. And now you should be hearing it. So, all right. So you'll be able to just kind of work through this and see where you want your levels to be adjusted. All right, so what I'm kind of not feeling. Yeah, it's usually around this 5,000 to 6,000 range, and you want to kind of round this out. I don't want to cut too much, because if you cut too much, then you're gonna get rid of a lot of that middle. I'm gonna bring this back over here, because this 1,000 plus sounds pretty good. All right, so that. All right, so now you're hearing some of the adjustment I made there. And I already did the cutoff. So we want to cut that cutoff about 1,000 plus all the way down, because it's just mud. Just like this back end, somewhere around this 500 to 400,000 range. It's all just mud and you don't need it. But like I said, you can raise this low end if you want, but that's up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this highs and let's move this over to about the 4,000 range. Kind of flatten that out right there, and then boost this, not that's just excessive. Give it about a 6 dB boost there. Flatten that out a little bit more. And yeah, I think that might be where I want it. So copy that, paste that. Again, this is just stuff you gotta kind of go through, see what sounds good. It might be a little bit too much, to be honest. What I'll do is just bring this back down, maybe about 3. And then I'll tighten that up. I don't want anything crazy. Copy that, paste. So now it sounds a lot better. So again, this is with processing, and then this is without it. So as you can see, it's like really flat now. So no, obviously I have the compression and gate, but the EQ, it just makes a huge difference. So now with the EQ, it's a lot brighter. Again, based on your voice, you can adjust the EQs you need to, but you cut out the muddiness of the high and lows. Take out some of the mids because they're going to really like interfere with a lot of sound, and then brighten up those highs to kind of give you some presence boost there. Yeah, and that's pretty much all you can do with Voicemeeter Banana. I know it's not much, but it's a lot better than nothing. Now, it's a free tool, but again, Voicemeeter Potato, and also, your programs like OBS, Discord have that noise suppression and other options to help you boost this a little bit more. And also has like a limiter so you can limit the sound. But for the most part, this is how you'd make any mic nowadays sound good with the free processing within Voicemeeter. All right, so that is pretty much it for this video. As you can hear, this is the processing now. At the beginning of the video, I didn't have this on, but I have this on now. So you can hear a really big difference, especially with a really inexpensive microphone like the Maono USB mic. If you do like this mic, I'll link it down below and you can check that out. I may make a review of it compared to some other ones, but for the most part, these microphones nowadays are really good, and you can easily boost them up with something like Voicemeeter Banana or even Voicemeeter Potato, which again, I will have a video in the future. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.